This one. We got it. It's right here. It's right here. We got it.
Let's fucking go!
Well. How did we get here? Let me show you. 32 hours, 319 wipes, 8 players, 5 phases, 1 long-ass fight. This is Ultimate Rating. In Final Fantasy XIV Online, there are 4 main difficulties of content: Normal, Extreme, Savage, then peaking with Ultimate. Ultimate fights encapsulate an entire expansion's worth of trials or raids to bring a familiar, yet new hard-hitting twist on the fights you've played and loved. The real difference between Ultimate and other fights is the complexity of mechanics being thrown at your party. Everyone needs to do their part, otherwise you all die.
Don't say anything!
To a newer player, it may seem like a monumental order at first to even begin touching this kind of stuff. However, after completing the previous levels of difficulty, you too will have the gall to challenge the hardest content in the game. A good first Ultimate to try, and the one I did first, is the Weapons Refrain Ultimate, commonly referred to as Uwu. This fight reprises the entirety of the main fights you encounter during the base game of A Realm Reborn. The tale of your journey as a fledgling adventurer into the revered Warrior of Light is retold as an epic battle where you conquer adversaries you've faced before. The Weapons Refrain is split into 5 phases from the challenges you've bested during your early adventures: the Wind Spirit Garuda, the Fire Demon Ifrit, the Earth Jailer Titan, the Scheming Ascian Lahabrea, and the Incarnation of Devastation, Ultima Weapon, as the final phase. Now, to conquer such a fight is no solo effort, and requires a team of brave, triumphant, and slightly goofy Warriors of Light. Allow me to show you those fellow Warriors of Light joining me in this fight of ultimate proportions. Hey, anyone got an Ultimate team around here?
I know some people.
With the whole team together, we were ready to best the first phase of the Weapons Refrain, Garuda. The start of every Ultimate also starts the beginning of many deaths, which unfortunately... chose me. Garuda's first main mechanic is spawning plumes that tether and follow you around. The plan is simple. Bring them together, AoE them down, and kill the last one to spawn a shield. That will be important in a little bit. After killing these plumes, Garuda will let out a piercing shriek. If you know, you know. Oh, they forgot about the fucking... They forgot about Feather Rain! I don't know! Feather Rain. Definitely the most annoying mechanic of this first phase. After that sound, she'll rain down a feather at your location. If you get hit by even one of these feathers, good luck surviving the bleed damage that happens afterwards. Feather rains are peppered throughout the entire phase, so you need to have that game volume turned up whenever Garuda lets out that... Getting back on track, remember that shield I mentioned earlier? It's pretty windy outside if you didn't notice, and that shield keeps you safe from the elements. Standing outside the shield generates windburn stacks that you can remove by entering the shield. Be careful though, whenever you enter the shield with multiple stacks, they deal a lot of damage to your allies. 3 people need to stand outside and then enter the shield at different points to begin awakening Garuda. Yes, awakening. Every primal needs to be awoken before the final phase, or you won't be able to clear the fight. So the 3 people entering the shield will give 3 awoken stacks out of 4 for Garuda. Afterwards, she'll then perform a of herself in 2 directions, requiring the tanks to soak the clone's attack, while everybody huddles in a corner praying for their dear lives. Guess who's back? That's right. More plumes say hi, as you'll need to group and AoE them down again. Fail to kill them quickly, or you'll be charmed for 30 whole ass seconds, or they'll make you do this.
I didn't see that. Wait,
Oh my god, we anti-got.
We used to just spin this mission. Why?
What the fuck was that?
What?
Why'd you kill yourself?
Ah, never mind, that's just my roommate being himself. On top of those plumes, more clones will spawn that have tethers needed to be intercepted by 2 players. This finishes the last 1/4 for Garuda to become woke. After all those are finished, congratulations! You are finally done with the first phase.
Oh wait, fuck. Oh god.
Goodbye, everybody.
I forgot about that.
Oh, hello there, Refreeze. The second phase of Uwu is arguably the least complicated of the bunch. However, it can be a little fucky because of these guys. 4 nails will spawn inside the arena and need to be taken as low as possible. You can kill them, but not just yet. 2 ranged players need to set eruptions under each nail to enlarge them. Before the nails are enlarged, it can be pretty easy to just one-shot one of the nails.
Oh yeah. I got a boss.
Assuming you have all 4 of your enlarged nails, you need to then kill them in this set order to ensure that Ifrit becomes awakened. It sounds simple in theory, however, it's pretty easy to accidentally kill one of the nails out of order or too early.
B first.
Yeah, also don't do that.
I
Also
turned
don't
around
do
and
that.
Ifrit's looking right at me.
After nails come the dashes. Ifrit's pretty fucking pissed you just killed his enlarged nail collection. So, he banishes a healer away with a knockback debuff,
Get me near me. Get away from me.
and also gives the 2 farthest folks more eruptions that they need to run away from. But that was just 1 dash though. How about 3 more?
Oh no!
You know what mechanic to do. You know what I'm
Wake up, soldier! We have a mechanic to finish!
While this mechanic may look complicated to those who haven't done the fight, it's literally just finding the bright glowing blue one and walking counterclockwise for a bit. Mechanics! It's crazy. The only thing that's less complex is the ass that's about to come down on your head for the next phase.
Get to the wall.
Oh, sorry.
It's time to bow down, Overdweller, because you're in the 3rd phase now, Titan. While you're facing this absolute rotund specimen, you best be bringing the schmovement. Titan kicks things off by creating weights of the earth underneath random players twice, making you dodge to his sides, then to his back. And you could not guess what is coming next. Considering how small those legs are, Titan's got one hell of a vertical. He's going to leap in a random direction, and you need to run opposite of where he's going to land, or you're going to end up like the beginning of the phase. Holy shit, there's no way! What?! What kind of fucking dunk did...
Wait, what the fuck? I don't know the B.
From here, those eensy-weensy legs are gonna send you flying towards a bunch of bomb boulders to which you'll need to find a safe zone. Immediately following that is one of the goofiest mechanics you'll encounter in this fight, jails. To start, when you look at the ground, if you see this yellow thing, congratulations, you're about to become a rock. However, you don't want to return to rock, so you're gonna need Stepbrother Titan's help to get you unstuck. Before becoming encased, you have 5 seconds to find your rock spot, dodge an AoE, then get in a straight line with 2 other people. This line is super important because a chain reaction occurs from a bomb boulder that gets rid of everybody else's jail. If even one person is off, you won't get everyone free and won't awaken Titan.
I failed it. Well,
Bro!
no, and you guys did it right?
Assuming you do this correctly, the bomb boulder closest to Titan will slowly awaken him over the next few seconds. During and after jails, Titan will be throwing out landslides that you need to avoid. You're gonna need the movement in full force here, because if you're caught lacking, it's a straight ticket into the death wall. No way I get hit by this! Ah!
Oh?
What the? Oh, fuck you.
I got hit! Oh my god, no!
What?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Pissed that he broke his own prisons, Titan now targets a healer with a jail that you'll all need to break together. Now, I really hope you have your Jordans on, because Titan is going to throw landslides, weights of the land, and bomb boulders all onto the field at once. It's not super bad if you're standing at the back of the arena firing away, but the melees are basically running for their lives just trying to hit the boss. Chaotic, but certainly doable. And with that, you've awoken all of the primals and are ready to face La Habrea by transcending your limits.
It is past time your flame was extinguished, bringer of light.
And with your limits broken, it's time to finish the fight with the final phase, Ultima. Up until now, the previous phases have had relatively simple mechanics and responsibilities for each player. The last phase is where this fight becomes truly ultimate in nature. Ultima is a gauntlet of mechanics that fuses the first three phases together in different ways that you'll need to be able to quickly react to. The first mechanic you'll find Ultima throwing your way is Ultimate Predation. Upon first inspection, the mechanic looks like this. Don't worry though, it's not as bad as you think. First, find Garuda. You're going to want to be far away from that bird. Run to a wall, but not one with Titan on it. Then, shimmy to these symbols on any side of the arena. It's not a hard mechanic to conceptualize, however, the movement can be tricky if you get a bad pattern. Oh, and don't forget the feather rains afterwards. You've just downed one mechanic, but the next two back-to-back mechanics you'll face are the hardest in the fight. So, prepare to wipe. It'll be hard to describe all the things going on since every role has its own responsibility, but I'll try my best here. The first of the two horsemen, Ultimate Annihilation. The mechanic's name should make sense, because your health bar will indeed be annihilated if you make any wrong moves.
What? I was too slow, you are all dead. Great, I shouldn't have rezzed, I'm now going to murder you.
Oh
Trying
shit.
so hard, yeah.
Oh no!
I survived.
You'll all start by dodging weights of the land from Titan. Afterwards, this is where you'll make like a banana and split. A ranged player will take a tether like at the end of Garuda. A healer will run away from everyone with a knockback debuff from a Freet, and also take a Garuda tether later on. The tanks are going to be eating damaging orbs like it's Endless Shrimp from Red Lobster. Everyone else is going to sit behind Ultima and perform some extremely tight movements to dodge a lot of things coming at you at once. Like they say, if you can dodge in a Freet dash, you can dodge anything. And last but not least, don't forget the feather rains. After you've been annihilated by that mechanic, Ultima will cast Ultimate Suppression. Suppression has a lot of steps in which you'll need to know where to go across the whole arena. Except for tanks, you lucky bastards. You'll first need to spread across the wall with your comrades to find out who has what. You'll either have eruptions from a Freet, a gel from Titan, the things where you stand in a corner from Garuda, or a little pillar of light. From there, it's off to the races. It kinda looks like a police car chase that's gone horribly wrong as you all try to stay in your lanes for this mechanic. You all just run for your fucking lives while trying not to crash into each other and cause a mile-wide pileup. The most important part is that the person in jail is a ticking time bomb that must be broken out in time or you will all die. From there, you dodge a few things, including the fucking feather rains. Don't forget the feather rains, man. After both annihilation and suppression, you're basically home free. Don't get cocky though, as there are still a few things you need to hurdle over. Ultima, followed by Etheric Boom, requires 2 back-to-back tank limit breaks and some tight group movement to soak very high damaging orbs. All that remains is Primal Roulette. We heard you like Gamba, so Ultima is going to send the 3 primals at you in a random order, to which you'll need to react to a mechanic from the previous phases. A series of Weights of the Earth from Titan, Eruption Dashes combo from Efreet, and a Wicked Wheel from Garuda, followed by an absolutely decimating raid-wide. And don't ever forget the Feather Rains. Afterwards, Ultima has had enough of your shit and begins to imprison the party, 1 person at a time until it becomes fully enraged. It becomes a race against the clock to finish Ultima before it finishes you. It all comes down to those 8 brave, triumphant, and slightly goofy Warriors of Light to make the perfect run from here on out.
It's fine. We got it. It's right here. It's right here. We got it. We got it.
Let's fucking go! Three of us both on the red time. We need to get a screenshot.
Yes, you bozo!
Fucking hell. Good job, guys. Really good job.
And that's that. The Weapons Refrain Ultimate cleared. It felt really good to finally clear an Ultimate after almost 2 years of playing this game. Even though it was my first ever Ultimate fight, I've still got a long way to go. Uwu was a comparatively easy fight towards the other Ultimate level raids. It's important to remember, every piece of content is just a stepping stone towards something more challenging. It can look daunting to see hardcore raiders clearing the new highest level fights within a few weeks, but don't worry about it. From your first Extreme to your first Savage, you'll become more skilled and knowledgeable climbing the tiers of the content ladder. If you're a new player, or just want to see the highest level of content in Final Fantasy XIV Online, I hope to see you here in due time. This game ain't going anywhere, so try out whatever you want. There is a lot of stuff. Just remember to always have fun while on your raiding journey. Sayonara.